All right, all right. Hey man, it's your boy T, 10A Sports Network, and we just got some news in the boxing world. They just let the good brother.
You're now tuned into the TNH Sports Network, the number one.
My fault. They just let the good brother Brian Bomac McIntyre out. He was in. If you live under a rock, he was in UK custody. We ain't gonna talk about his case too much. But he was in UK custody since the Eubank Jr. fight. Well, they let him out, and it appears that he is home today with his fam. He took a picture with one of his fighters, um, Steven So Cold Nelson. Uploaded a photo on Twitter. I'm not sure of any other platforms, but it seemed the good brother is back home, back in the states, back doing what he best at doing. Excuse me as I make a whole lot of noise in the background, but that's good to see. Keyshawn in the interview the other day, he did say he expect Bomac to be back home Monday, which he is. Today being Monday, Keyshawn did not lie about that. Pretty sure they had inside information talking to Bomac on the phone, blah blah blah, lawyers and whatever the case may be. So of course they should have known better than us. But the case he had could be a serious case anywhere, but definitely a serious case in the UK. Being as though they don't really like those instruments. I'm pretty sure the instrument he had was legal here in the States, but once you cross that big old pond, things get a little different. So, glad he was able to get out that situation and get back home. I'm not sure what other legal ramifications he may or may not have. Not his lawyer, not in his camp, not close to anybody around. But I assume this situation should be pretty much resolved if he's here. Because I know if you let me off and you let me back here, I ain't coming back to settle that. Hell with that. If I ain't got no plans to go back over there, you got to come catch me, bro. But I'm pretty sure that whole situation is pretty settled up. Did I order this color, man? I ordered this color. Damn, I ordered white. I thought I ordered a little darker than that. All right. So I'm happy about that. Happy good brother back home. Then I want to jump in here, just talk to y'all about a little bit of boxing as well. We got Devin Regis coming up December 9th. We got Shakur and Edwin. I think that's November something. I'm doing the film studies on them two joints. I already got my picks, but I like to show people why. So that's what's taking so long to getting all the footages together and everything, breaking it down, showing you what I think might happen. But in short, Dab over Regis. It's some things Regis has issues with. Of course, cutting off the ring as we all saw in the Zarilla fight, or I'll be saying the wrong Zaria. I think that might be it. But Regis, I think in the past 4 years, that was the only Orthodox fighter he's faced. I don't think he faced the Orthodox fighter since like 2019 or something like that. So that's more of Regis' issue than anything, right? That's why he had issues with Zaria because that was the first southpaw. I mean, first Orthodox he saw since before. Who he lose to? Who Tio just beat on? I forget his name. I want to say Colin Smith so bad, but it's not Colin Smith. I forget his name. Let me see real quick. Let me pull it up. I don't like putting misinformation out on these airwaves. But he didn't see a southpaw. I mean, he didn't see an orthodox since before he lost to Josh Taylor. That was like May 2019. Then he saw one after Josh Taylor and ain't seen one since. Right? So 3 years plus almost. When they fight, actually, it will be 3 years plus. And he only had one southpaw. I mean, one orthodox fighter. So I think that's more of Regis' issues more than anything. He got issues with orthodox fighters because you don't really get to see him. Also got slow feet. But But he got that one punch knockout power that put your goddamn lights out. That's one thing Regis damn sure do. So Regis puncher's chance for Regis. I believe Dev, of course, Dev. If Dev wins, it ain't gonna be by knockout. It's gonna be decision. I say it probably be a majority decision. Um, I think he patient enough, skilled enough, and stick to his game plan enough to just outbox Regis for 12 rounds. At this point, Dev fight 12 rounders, so he's not gonna get impatient looking for something. If he get the hell out of my kitchen, stop playing. I don't play that dog in the kitchen stuff, yo. Go sit down if you're bored. Go ahead. You don't know what to do, go sit down. But Dev gonna be patient for the majority of the night. He can be able to fight behind the jab, pretty good. Cause Regis, he'll let you jab on him all night. He ain't even gonna pay that joint no mind. Especially if they just faint jabs, he not gonna feed into that at all. So you could definitely get your he gonna be able to get his jabs off. He gonna be able to feint a lot, be active with the lead hand. Regis ain't gonna engage in that too much at all. He gonna give a little head fake, shoulder fakes. That's what Regis like to do. A lot of shoulder, upper body movement. Sort of like Cambosis. Regis fight like a southpaw Cambosis, but he got more power in his hands than Cambosis. Them dudes got slow feet, and they rely on shoulder movement fakes. Like, bro, that might work on the average dude walking around the streets, and that might work on the amateur level or early in your pro career. But after a while, you're gonna have to develop a little bit more than that. Regis' game, it lacks creativity on offense when he's trying to work his way in. I'm making all this hella noise. I'm sorry, y'all. Got to put this studio together, man. So I got stuff coming. I gotta put it together. But like I say, he lacks creativity on his way in. Regis also he does not rely on the jab to work his way in. When he does use the jab, it's just like these pity patty faint jabs, like some bullshit jabs. It's like he throwing them at the mitt. That's how he does them. And his feet and hands is like always in sync. I'm not sure if you're gonna really understand when I say that, but if you time his feet, you can time his hands, right? So the fact that he don't throw off a rhythm of his feet and he don't really use a different rhythm when he throws, he can be easily timed. That's what I'm getting at. If you catch the rhythm of his feet, you gotta have him set. You gotta have him planted. You can't really punch off his back foot. Can't really fight off the back foot. He got to have his feet because he loads up on everything. So he got to have his feet set to punch. So if you beat his feet, you beat the man. Simple as that. And we know Dev can move. Dev can stick and jab. Plus at 40, he might be a little bigger. His punches might have a little bit more. But Dev, I know the running joke on Dev is pillow fist, blah blah blah, whatever, right? But Regis ain't no Canelo, so he ain't just gonna be walking through these shots. So Dev, he's going to get respect from his punches. Absolutely gonna get respect from his punches. Regis say he ain't gonna respect him. He say he gonna walk him down, but we gonna see. Like I said, Regis don't have Canelo chin. I ain't seen him hurt in a Zarilla fight, right? I ain't seen him hurt, but them punches was enough to back him off, stop him in his tracks. Stuff like that. So as long as Dev Power can do that in his hand speed, because a lot of times hand speed can do that. You get hit with 3, 4, 5 shots that you ain't seeing coming. No matter how hard they are, they fuck you up. Excuse me as I make more noise in y'all ear. But if Dev just does Dev for real, he ain't gotta do nothing out the ordinary. He just really gotta watch his chin. You gotta watch his chin in every fight. We gotta watch his chin maybe a little bit more than the Loma fight, maybe a little bit more than the Jojo Diaz fight. He gotta watch his chin a little bit more than that, but he ain't gotta go out there and fight timid. Regis, from the knockouts I saw, and he has a lot of them too, so I ain't seen them all. But the knockouts I saw, it's like He catch you with a good one, he stun you, and then he go in to finish you. We just don't. I ain't gonna say he don't, cause he might have done this to a couple people, but I ain't seen him have that power to like stun somebody off of one joint and then he's done. You feel what I'm saying? Knock him straight out. That he actually he stuns you with the one shot, then he goes in for the finish and he try to get you with one of those big shots. But his initial counter, they not really that sharp and powerful. To the point where I think it'd take Dev out with one punch, but it do got the capability of buzzing him, and then Regis could go in and finish him. But Dev, he recovers pretty well when he get buzzed up. We done seen him buzzed up a couple times. He recovered pretty well, pretty fast. He protect himself, so I think he'll be all right, and I think he can stay out of the way of those shots. He also got pretty good experience going against some southpaws, right? So I'm making all this goddamn noise. I'm favoring Dev in that joint. And we got Core versus Edwin De Los Santos, right? So Edwin was just talking his mouth. Who was that, yesterday? He was running his mouth yesterday to Shakur, telling Shakur what he gonna do to him, this, that, and the other. Core responds today, bet that. That's all he say, bet that. Core, I thought you were supposed to be off the Twitter, dog. You said you was getting off that joint a month ago, bro. Why you still looking at tweets, my dog? That's what I want. That's what I want to know, Core. It's like no. But that's gonna be an alright one. Edwin gonna pose a couple small issues for Shakur early in the fight. Round one, two, three, because his speed, agility, and awkwardness. But once he catch on to his timing, he a pack just like everybody else. He a pack. Edwin, nothing special. His awkwardness is his best ability. Explosiveness is his best ability, but he don't have Tank and Tio explosiveness. You know, he don't have Tank and Tio power for real, for real. So, um, Shakur going dominating for 12 rounds. I think Edwin got a little bit of the chin. I don't see Shakur really stopping him. But they're going dominating for 12 rounds. You know Shakur is a master at distancing. So with that being said, Edwin going to have trouble fighting in that mid to long range. He's going to lunge out a lot. Shakur going to step around him and hit him with a lot of pot shots. Um, once he, I could just see him just anticipating the lunge. And I could see it going a lot of different ways. Step back, right out of Edwin range, let his hands go pop, pop, pop. Also, could see him stepping around, landing that left hook. But Edwin gonna have some issues because he overshoot, he lunge like Spence, not in the same way, but it's still lunging, right? So when you lunge, you go up against a good counter puncher. You gonna counter punch a southpaw. You're gonna eat a lot of left hooks. That's what I'm anticipating. Edwin eating a lot of left hooks, leaning in too far, overshooting, feet not set the right way, stuck in the sand just for a second. Because his feet work not that bad, but he shifts momentum so quick, right? And so fast, he could get stuck by overshooting his momentum, you know? I watched a few different times in this fight. He could get stuck by throwing too much momentum out there and he wasn't supposed to go that far. So now he's stuck getting his feet back together and you could get caught with a couple different shots doing that. But Bomac home, baby, Bomac home. That is the basis of this video for the most part. We got a couple good joints coming up. Did y'all get to see the Woods? Who is it? Carrington? Is that dude name? There was some Brits, man. You know I don't really favor British boxing, but that joint was a good one, dog. That joint was a good one, bro. Woods was getting his ass mollywopped around the ring all day. Wasn't any real high skill level used. It's just a bunch of rock'em sock'em bock'em mash smash mouth. Um, the dude he was going up against, the dude that ended up getting knocked out, he had an okay inside game, but it was more just willing, just out willing him, right? But Woods end up landing I don't call no shot lucky, man, because you threw it, you planned to throw it, and it landed. So to me, that ain't luck. I'm sure you practice all these shots, so to me, that ain't luck. But he landed a great shot, man. Landed a great, I think it was right hand, a great right hand that just buzzed him up. It buzzed him up real good. Um, Trying to remember vividly. Yeah, the right hand, or it was a right hook or something like that, I believe. I've been watching so many damn fights lately. I believe it was a good right hook that buzzed him, and he was in the middle of it was like a straight right or something like that. He was in the middle. The dude who got hit with the punch, he was in the middle of throwing, so he ain't never see it coming, and it hit him right in the temple. So it just knocked his equilibrium off. He was buzzed for a second. Woods was able to run up in there and get him out the way. He was even buzzed after he got up. He just walked over to the announcer. Well, not the announcer. I'm sorry. He walked over to his corner, and it was like, personally, I think he quit at that point. He absolutely quit because he turned away from the fight. He turned away from the fighter. He turned away from the official. So at that point, yeah, you did quit, right? Um, that's in the rules, I believe. But to me, I thought he was still buzzed making that decision, but also I think he was like, yeah, that's it. We out of here. We're gonna wrap this one up. I tried. It did work. I failed, but good shit, my boy. I think that was more so what that was about. It was an alright one. Like I said, no high level skills was really being used. Just a lot of rock'em sock'em, and then Woods kept switching back and forth to southpaw. It was like, bro, you having more success orthodox. And I saw a couple of his fights here and there. He knocked this other dude out. He knocked him out the ring actually in the orthodox stance. So I'm like, man, that's your main stance. That's your best stance. Why you keep going back to southpaw? Like you didn't see nothing. You clearly ain't see nothing because every time you go to southpaw, he start whooping on your ass. So you ain't seeing nothing, bro. Get back to what you're doing. But he ended up finishing him in the end. That was a good watch. Definitely was a good watch. Wasn't gonna watch it, but I heard a lot of buzzing. It was the only real fight on that at that Saturday night. Only real fight on, so I turned it on right before the main event or during the main event. I didn't catch the whole thing, but during the main event, quarter like I don't know, fourth, fifth round, ended up being an alright fight until the end, until it was done and over with. But that's gonna be it for this video, man. Shout out to Bomac, Bomeezy back home. They let that boy out that jam. Be back home in the States, back to do what he do best. That's what I'd like to see because Keyshawn got a fight coming up. We might get the Bud rematch at the end of the year. Um, I would like to see them with their head trainer. Although I think they can't good enough to do what they do, I would like to see them with their head trainer as well. But man, that's it. That's T from Teenage Sports Network. I'm gonna go ahead and spin that outro. I know how y'all love it so much. And I'll be back. I'll be back towards the end of the week, man. I'm still having these Wi-Fi issues, but I think I rectified the issue. Waiting on a piece of equipment to show up. Once I get that extender, I think we good and we back in the game. T from TNA Sports Network, baby. I'm out.
You're now tuned into the TNH Sports Network, the number one place for unbiased boxing news, fight predictions, fight breakdowns, and film studies. Make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button on the way out if you want to show love to the channel.